Alright folks, we're out here at Three Oaks in Cary, Illinois with my family. My mom and brother and sister, they're on their own canoes. I'm out here with my father and we're going to be doing a little bit of bass fishing for you guys. Really would prefer a John boat, but we took a canoe. So we're going to start off with a little micro jig, 2-inch Kitech, and see if we can get anything like that. Got one. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, turn on. GoPro, start recording. Well folks, I just hooked up on my first fish. Woo! Little feisty fella. I got him out. I got it. First fish, Three Oaks, micro jig. Nah, that was my second cast. Look at that.
I thought it was a big one. It's nice.
It's a nice 2. No, it's like a pound and a half. Little fella. I'm gonna let him go. Little guy. See ya, bud.
How did you not see? You just found a fish, second cast. You're pushing forward.
Got one.
You have to stop. Oh my God.
That's a smallie.
No.
That's a smallmouth. Look at that. We got a smallie, guys. He's not ready to go in. That's my second smallie out of Three Oaks. I got another one. Yeah.
This is a nice one. Hey, if you guys are not stable, you're gonna flip. You know it.
We should have brought a net.
No.
That's the one thing we needed, a net. I really kind of wasn't expecting to catch anything.
What is it?
Smallmouth. Dude, he's barely on too.
You want to catch one? Yes, you're done for fishing.
I don't think he can use it. Oh, he just got a spinner.
That's about a that's about a 20. No, that's about 18 and a half.
Well, you guys have a free ride like Angel Evans.
Three Oaks smallie, folks.
Didn't I ask you anything?
No, I don't want to do it no more.
So yeah, first bronze back of the trip. Kind of don't expect to catch these guys this time of year, but beautiful smallmouth. I'm gonna get the release. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording. Well folks, we actually sight fished this fella. He's not ready to come in. That's my second smallie. It's another Three Oaks smallie. That's about 19. Dude, that is really long. Wow. Micro jig. Okay, I have a tape measure on me, so I kind of I'm a little curious. 17-inch smallmouth out of Three Oaks. Beautiful fish. Look at that. There we go. GoPro turn on. GoPro start recording. That's a nicer one. Yeah. Dude. Dad, that's a big one. Oh, that's a stocky one. Gary Yamamoto Senko just choked it. It's a beautiful largemouth, man. Three Oaks. One last look at this bass before I let it go. Beautiful largemouth. I'll let him go now. Look at that. Look at that fish. Did he eat it? No. Did it? My drag is so loose. GoPro's turn on. Oh my God. GoPro start recording. Dude, this fish is so weird. Look at that. Oh my God. I can't really thumb him. It's not every day you see a bass like that. See that?
It's a lipless bass.
Lipless bass. Oh man. That is, I feel bad for this guy. You can see that side is all torn up. Yeah. I'm gonna let him go. I don't want to keep him out too long. There he goes. Well folks, we just got off the water from Three Oaks. We're back at home, we're well rested, well energized. Now if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, or you guys are new, I like to end off my videos with a little bit of an explanation as towards my approach for fishing different bodies of water. In this case, we fished Three Oaks, which is a well-known body of water here in northern Illinois that holds some pretty nice largemouth and smallmouth, and it's well known for being crystal clear, and it's probably one of the best places to go drop shot, or at least gain confidence in drop shot fishing within the Chicagoland area. With that being said, guys, we rented out a canoe, me and my father and my family. My brother and sister and mother went on their own, and me and my dad went on our own, and we did a little bit of bass fishing. Now, walking into Three Oaks on a hot summer day, I expected the bite to not really be on, let alone didn't really anticipate to catch any smallmouth, but to my surprise, we actually caught two smallies on camera for you guys. So now, you guys seen what we caught, you guys saw different stuff, so now I'm gonna break it down and explain to you guys what I was throwing as well as how I really got those bites going for me. We started off the day with a micro jig. Now, for some of you guys, you might not know about this, but micro jigs are super effective way to catch bass and a super effective way to finesse fish, especially in clear bodies of water. So as you guys will see on the screen right now, I'll be showing you guys the small micro jig that I used on this trip. Now this is a Missile Baits Ike's micro jig, whatever it is. These are about $6 for 2 micro jigs, and you have the option to put a weed guard on them or not. So the way I like to fish a micro jig really is I just put a 2-inch Kitech on the back of that jig and I cast it out there as far as I can. I give it some time to let that bait really fall down because I'm casting out to deeper water, and then I slowly retrieve the bait back to the canoe. And that is a super effective way to finesse fish. Small presentations, guys. Summertime, the bass have higher metabolisms this time of year, meaning that they're going to be consistently feeding regardless of how hot it is. If you're throwing a small bait that is cruising by their face, your chances of hooking that fish are pretty high with a small presentation because they view it as, I'm hungry, it's hot, I don't want to work too hard, but there's this little bait that I can just go up and eat real quick. That's really what my mindset is when I'm fishing a micro jig, and that's how I really imagine how these fish are reacting to it as they see it swim by their face. So that's how I was fishing the micro jig. And now the gear that I was throwing that micro jig was a Megabass Levante whip snake. Now this whip snake is great and fantastic for throwing micro jigs. Here are the specs on it on the screen, you guys will see. I actually bought this rod to throw micro jigs last year, and I never really got into micro jig fishing until later in the summer, and it was super effective. It was catching me a lot of bass, even smallmouth. It was something that I found that was phenomenal for smallmouth. And if you guys seen my last fishing video, which you guys will see the thumbnail right now, I actually caught majority of my fish in that video on the micro jig. So it was something that I have gained confidence in since last year, and this is why I bought this rod. Now for the reel, I'm using a high-end Daiwa Tate 2506H spinning reel. Now this is the reel you guys do not need. This is not a setup you guys need, but this is something that I really enjoy for finesse fishing these tiny micro jigs. Now what I have on the Tate is 10-pound braid in a light blue color. I was running no leader, folks, straight braid, and it was getting the job done. Now on to the next lure that I was fishing with. The next lure I threw was the good old Senko. You cannot beat the Senko, folks. This is a fish catching bait. It catches big or small, and it's just super effective. If you're having a tough bite out in the water, I find throwing the Senko wacky rig is a guaranteed way to catch fish when you're struggling. So with that being said, folks, I stuck to my favorite color, which is orange. I think this color sticks out perfectly, and I have so much confidence in this color for clear bodies of water. And as you guys can see, we got a nice largemouth. Believe it or not, this fella choked the Senko. That shows that he was really in the mood to feed heavily, and that Senko just went straight down his gut. So that was an awesome fish. After that fish, guys, we found ourselves struggling. It was beginning to get hot, and you know, I ended up losing confidence in the Senko throughout the day because I felt like it wasn't going to be effective for fishing such deeper water. So I ended up switching out the Senko and went with a drop shot approach. What I was throwing on the drop shot was a small Nico Baits tadpole in a green pumpkin color. Green pumpkin is not my favorite color, folks, but it has been proven to catch a lot of bass in clear water. Green pumpkin is something that I have been throwing a lot more this year, regardless of my opinion about it. It's just a great color to throw in clear water, and it caught us a really weird looking bass. Now, if you guys do not notice right away from the clip when I showed you guys, that bass, bottom half of its lip was all torn up, messed up. I don't know how it was able to eat the tadpole, but it was hungry enough and willing to hit the tadpole on the drop shot, so there's that. Now, the setup that I was using for the Senko and drop shot was actually the same rod and reel and line, and that was my Shimano Zodius. This is a 7-foot medium power rod, and on this rod I am running a Shimano Stratic CI4 Plus in a size 2500 paired up with 16-pound braid in a light blue color. And the weight that I was using for that drop shot too, guys, is I was using about a 1/8 ounce tungsten drop shot weight with a small size 1 drop shot hook. Anyway, folks, that's it for today's fishing video. If you guys do enjoy this content, be sure to smash the like button on this video, guys. drop a positive comment to be featured in a positive comment shout out. And if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel, guys. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, turn on post notification bell to be alerted for whenever I do drop new videos, guys. You can stay up to date with the latest and greatest content that I have provided for you guys on the channel. Anyway, folks, this is Angel R Fishing, and I'll see you guys out on the next fishing video.